Okay, now Jay-Z have a GQ interview, and to me, I don't care about the whole interview. The one thing I care about is when you talk about battle rapping and battling. See, whatever the URL is nowadays, I'm not talking about Murder Mook, Loaded Lux. I ain't talking about none of them. Because one thing, people, those is not from the days of Percy P and them battling outside. Those is not from the days of people battling in the 80s in Brooklyn. Okay? URL, Murder Mook, what they was doing in Brooklyn and Harlem and the Bronx, that's a different era. Bless up, open minded. Bless up, man. I'm glad you're in the building. Glad you're in the building, because this one is kind of a good one. Thank you very much, because I didn't watch the GQ interview, but I'm going to explain this about, because it's like three different eras of battle rapping, and I don't want people to get it all. Yes, it's the name, but it wasn't all the same, okay? Because what you had going on in the early 80s, that was the early 80s, and that was going on in certain places like in Brooklyn, in the Bronx. What was going on in the 90s of certain people having what we call ciphers, and then two people battling, okay. And then when you have what Murder Mook, Loaded Lux, and people like Arsenal, and then you gotta add people like Calico, Ayo Verb, Ayo Verb, and all of them. Yes, they did come to New York before Loaded Lux, and all of them was been battling, but I'm talking about these are people that's part of the new battle rap community. Not really the hip hop battle rap community, but the new battle rap community. So I don't want people to mess it up, or I don't want people to play, because this right here, this live, yes, I may get mad, but I gotta say this because I'm sick of people disrespecting real culture. And once black people and Latino people, but black people mostly, once you stop the stupidity in this world, you may fully understand what you got. But if you keep on going, you're going to keep on having the problems. Now, let me cook. Jay-Z had this GQ interview with this little kid, and he was talking about how the battle rapping is getting. Now, let me tell you this, because I'm going to always say this, because I said it last week, and I've been saying it for a long time. But the thing is, ignorant human beings, I don't care who you are, what color you are, what gender you consider yourself. A ignorant human is an ignorant human. A negative human is a negative human. That don't got to do with color, religion, or where you grew up or where you didn't grow up, if you had parents or you didn't have parents. Okay? I am tired of humans making up excuses for nonsense. I'm from the South Bronx, so I gotta. No, sounds stupid. Okay, let me get back. Now, in this thing you call music of battle rapping, okay? You have a thing where people want to make up different excuses of what they want to call battle rapping now. I'm going to tell you this. When people was battling when this thing first came, it was to show who had the better skills, who was witty, who was clever, who could have come up with words with A and B, who could have rhymed C, who could have taken D, destination, determination, destruction, devastation, different words, communication, care, community, using different words and using it in different styles. Like yesterday in my live when I said somebody counting from 1, 2, 3 and then changing it around. 3, 2, 1, then changing it in Spanish or changing it in West Indian dialect. This is things what you call lyrical. Lyrical ain't talking about I'ma murder you 20 times, bring you back to life, murder you again, kill your gang, then your gang. That is not nothing about battle rapping, and that is not rapping, and that is not hip hop. That is stupid, foolish humans. But our people are so ignorant and dumb. Yes, I have to use the word D-U-M-B. Dumb and stupid, because this what it is. Okay? As I said, I ain't come here to pet and I ain't come here to powder. And that's one thing. When our people pet and powder stupidity, people continue to grow stupid. Now, you took lyrics and you took style, you took wittiness, you took many different things and you took it in many different angles. You wasn't going personal, okay? Yes, you may talk about the person got a big belly or he's skinny, but you didn't get it personal to where I want to kill you, I want to kill your family. You didn't take it there, okay? Because this was something what we call hip-hop. Hip-hop ain't nothing about killing each other. Hip-hop is about us teaching each other, us growing, us expanding. So any of you dumb fools in this world, I don't care what color you is, I don't care what religion you is, any of you stupid fools in this world, what you think humans nowadays, if they getting into this stupid thing you call rap music, right? What you think they're going to talk about? I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your crew. You think they know better? Like, let's be serious. And this is why I say our people like to play. Okay, you think they know better? You think them talking about the water system or the food system or even talking about the dictionary or the library or the globe? No, because you'll look like a punk. But you got to look like a man or a woman. No, you don't look like a man or a woman. Because other people, I don't care what you think or not. Other people, this is when they really look at black people and Latino people as stupid. Okay? That's how they look at you. And that's what it is. Because you got to think about it. That's all you could create is killing and destruction. You can't create life in your rhymes? Like, get out of here, man. So when Jay-Z is talking to GQ, excuse me, and saying he don't think battling needs to be in the culture no more, there's a lot of things don't need to be in the stupid human culture. But you're not talking about that, right? Because you don't fit to talk about the people learning. Why you think he didn't talk about that? He wouldn't break something down if the people should talk about honing their skills instead of talking about each other personally. It's easy to say people shouldn't talk about each other personally, but it's not easy for you to say that people should teach each other with something that we call a culture. And if we call in battle rap a subculture in a big culture, as we call it hip hop, you should teach the people, okay? Because if rap music even can't teach people either, it's stupid as well, okay? As I say, I don't care. Because it gets back to the point where I was thinking this morning before I was leaving my house. Some people will let people sell drugs just because they family and friends, but if it was somebody else, it's still a crime. Okay? You'll let a killer get away, but if it was your family, it's okay. Okay? And some people will say, no, no, no. No, we gotta one thing I don't like stupidity and lies, okay? Cause this how our communities got away with stupidness, and this is why our communities is under siege right now. And they will continue to be under siege because we lied to each other. And you'll continue to lie, but you want to know what's the problem. Excuse me, let me read open-minded in them comments, man. Bless up, Proud Mix. Bless up, open-minded. For real, I don't like the nonsense of they want to always make a problem, but they see the problem in front of all of our faces. Of course they going to get personal with rap music and battling. Because nobody is teaching our people that we must not attack each other. We must teach each other. So, of course, people like Ayo Verb, Murder Mook, why you think they get personal in battle rap? And people, the more personal people get in battle rap of exposing somebody, and even the females. You know, shout out to Shayna Ashley, you know, Bronx, you know, shout out to Babs, Brooklyn, okay? Like, they made us think that you must attack each other in a culture you made up, okay? And this is why I made those things of saying different eras in battle rap. Don't just, yes, it's the name, battle rapping or rapping, you know? But it's just like in dancehall and reggae with the Clash, okay? Or sound selectors clashing. You know how much sound selectors I watch go at it? Like one of my best and recent ones in life that was good to me is Mighty Crown versus on Matarang. And I remember my brother was mad at me, but he was like, that's your opinion. I said, Mighty Crown murdered Matarang, Tony Matarang. Okay? And not physically, spiritually, and musically. Okay? And that's the thing that, hold on, please. And that's the thing that our people don't get. You ain't gotta hit nobody. This is about skills. Cause like if anybody come to me, I'm not a rapper. I never been a rapper. I tell people I'm a ghetto poet. Okay, if you really want to know. Okay, I'm a ghetto poet. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a musician or a singer. No. What I give is real life and poetry. Okay? Like, so I'm not gonna get on here and say, ooh, I'm gonna take all of y'all down, and then after that, I want to hear something what somebody else say. No, I'm not into no competition, because if I'm into competition with my poetry, I'm into competition with the last one that I just wrote, okay? Because I want to make this one spicy or stylish. I want to make this one better than the last one. Or I want to make this line better than that line. That's the only competition I will see, okay? Or I want to make something more in depth than the last one, or I want to change the feeling around, or I want to see like, yo, what could people learn from this one that they didn't learn from the last one? These are stuff that people are scared to speak about when it comes to their poetry, their lyrics. You know, like, I'm happy I could say that Jay-Z and Nas didn't hit each other physically and do nothing to each other. I'm happy Bounty Killer and Beanie Man didn't do anything to each other physically. You know, but when you look at this generation that's living right now in the energy, they want to hurt each other when they see each other from these lyrics. They want to do something to each other. And some people will say, oh, no, they just talking. Let people... Some of these people, when they really bump into each other, they will really do. We need to stop playing gullible. Stop playing. Stop playing. Yes, some of these people are talking, but you have to understand, if somebody's saying something, right, and the other person really wants to bump into this person and see them, it don't matter what you say of with your lyrics. How they feel of when they see you is how they gonna feel when they see you. And what they want to do to you is what they're gonna want to do to you. And this is why we have to stop playing when people call themselves adults. And you have to teach people. This ain't nothing about being personal and coming at each other. Okay? This is supposed to teach each other. But teaching each other wasn't part of the program in human. Okay. Big up, King. I'm here if nobody else is here. Thank you very much. They all be good. They all be good ones, King. Okay. Disrespecting the dead, talking about people, parents, and children is way too far. Hold on. I'm glad you said that too. Hold up. Now, I'm glad you said that one with, because they'll think whatever I say from right now until I get into the next subject that I'm talking about on this live, certain people wouldn't care. Now, I'm going to drop it. Of course they think it's okay to talk about the dead. Of course they think it's okay. And you have to really realize, feel me here. They think it's okay because they're getting attention from other stupid people. And this is how our people grew up. Like, and sometimes I really don't get it of how our people don't get the stupidity that we let go on. Okay? Because I hear a lot of people that say, like, yo, this generation getting worse. But as I keep saying, where do you think they learned it from? Huh? Where do you think they learned it from? You think they just woke up and seen a gun? You think they just woke up and wanted to start disrespecting each other? Come on, man. And this is why I say I hate lies and I hate nonsense. Because people in my generation, they will just want to say, like, yo, the youth is wilding. But the youth is not wilding if they didn't learn it from nobody. Okay. Rich Rising, God bless, brother. Bless up, brother. Bless up, Proud Mix. Bless up. Proud Mix. Respect, respect, respect. Listeners value blood spill over message. That's the problem. And our people don't even know, like, the more blood being spilled, the more money is being made. Okay? Alright. Blessings, Proud. Big up to both of y'all brothers. Facts. Okay. Circus shit, Barnum and Bailey's brothers, knowing Jack don't barely love us. They love to see brothers kill brothers. The 2K4 version of Color Saigon Color Purple. And our people love seeing each other because I say get to the spark in the mind. If nobody don't teach you what life is, you will never care for life. If nobody teach you to value something, you will never care to value something. And they don't care to value life because they value people's opinion more than they value life. And that's the sad thing. It's very sad, to the point where they won't learn. We casted our black pearls into the ocean in favor of our oppression, opposition, excuse me, and now we crying it's our fault. Pardon me. I always say what culture, what what didn't steal, we give away. What they didn't steal, we gave away. Okay. Black Ice is a dope poet. Yeah. Heard that name before, but I'm not gonna just act like I know him. Okay, the internet fuels beef. Hold on. The internet fuels beef, and sometimes that leads to somebody getting erased. Well, not sometimes, many times. Okay? Many times. A lot of times. And our people just don't want to learn. Hold on. Yeah, excuse me. I dropped a poem today on my community wall called Today. Okay. I dropped a poem today on my community wall called Today, called The Story. Okay, I will check it out. Excuse me. Drill music, kill music, pop that pill music. It's just stupid humans, like for real. People need to like, I could say other words with it, but I wouldn't even waste my energy. I'm just tired of the dumb nonsense for real, cause, and these are the people, right, that call themselves gangsters. I never seen. I'm gonna just be real, okay? Cause if y'all, I don't care where you from, and I don't care what you think you are. Let me just say this: the real gangsters that I known from the past ain't never take a drug, okay? Ain't never take a drug, okay? And what these so-called people call gangsters nowadays, I don't know what that is, okay? I don't know what it is, because I'm going to just be real to you like I told the Italian dude the other day. I said the last time I checked, right? Like the real gangsters don't even really want to pick up their finger to hurt somebody, okay? That's their last resort. That's their last, that's the last thing they'll think about, okay? I don't care about what you people talking about this new generation of soon as they get angry or soon as they get mad, the first thing they will want to do is kill somebody, or the first thing they would want to do is whatever, okay? I'm not talking about that, okay? Because, and let me get it for you correctly, the old school gangsters, those was the ones that stood up to the police when the police was brutalizing the community. And I'm not talking about America. I'm talking about all over the world. And I'm not talking about one division of humans. I'm talking about all type of humans. Okay? So even this story of people, because you heard about the gangster from the story of the Italian gangster or the Sicilian gangster. Yeah, they brought that to the world, right? But no, no, okay? The real people that you call rude boys or gully men, these, it ain't about killing your community, no. You protected your community because you built your community, okay? And I ain't talking about one people. I'm talking about all people. For real. We're Jamaican. We're going to make sure we okay. No. Real people around the world made sure their communities was okay. But nowadays, everybody want to be. They want you to look up to him. They want him to look up to her. Like, yo, I'm gonna say this. Only thing gonna do is like, perish. Is go away like dust. You're not gonna be nothing. And people look at something as saying, yeah, R.I.P. Cleaning up the neighborhood and creating business and giving people jobs where it's room for everybody to eat. That's G. And that's life. That's life. Somewhere in the world right now, a mother is burying her son or daughter, or a man is burying his brother or sister. And that's real. Internet. Enter the trap. Yes. And see, the thing is, right? Let me see. How could I told my cousin this yesterday. Because he was telling me, like, when somebody came in and robbed his crib, right? And I said, and I'm going to be real to you. I said, shit, you should have had an exploding door. You feel me? Now, I know some people will probably say, yo, you talking about an exploding door. What does that have to do with, this live right now? Okay, I'll tell you. This what it has to do with the live. Now, and this, I'm glad you laughing, Proud Big Shot, because we was talking about something like this the other day on your live too. I think of when they was talking about paranoid and of it being scared, and you was like, no. And a lot of people in the chat was talking about, no, if you being paranoid, you being aware. Now, if I just go about my day and I don't care about certain things or not watching myself in life, anything could happen to any human being. But if you being aware and you watching your surroundings, you up the percentage of protecting yourself. So that's what I was there telling him of, yeah, you should have had, like a exploding door. As soon as they came in your house, boom, the door blow up. You feel me? And he was there laughing. And I was there like, I said, that happened like 9 years ago, right? But I told him, I said, I know you're getting flashbacks in your mind, right? I said, it's all over, but I said, I'm just trying to ease your mind so we could just talk about something else, So, like, I was just telling him, I said, bro, times change, I told him, I said, if we was younger, because we was talking about, be honest, we was talking about some other stuff of, like, other people in our so-called communities that I would just say, had a lot of green things in green bags, So I was there saying, like, if somebody is into that life, you must protect what you value, right? You're not going to just think you're going to be somebody and have a whole bunch of green bags and everything is going to be okay. It's not. No, you can't think like that, like you would want to, but that's not how the world runs, for real. Because you can't, I will put it into a bigger world example. You can't want to be a kingpin, right? And be around a whole bunch of stick-up boys and stick-up girls and thinking that nothing is going to happen to you with them. Okay? That's how I'll put it in a big worldly way. No, and this is why I say people have to learn and don't burn yourself, man. For real, learn. I'm about to end this in 40 seconds. Thank you, open-minded and proud mixed child, for being in the building. I really appreciate it. I just had to really get this off my chest of Jay-Z talking. What happened to who's under you will happen to you. And that's the true fact. People, like, I'll put it to you like this with that, what he just said. If you don't protect the foundation and you don't protect the top and you don't protect the middle, forces will knock forces down. Okay? Forces will, if you don't protect the foundation. Because first of all, I'm going to put it to you like this. I'm going to give you a little 4-4, okay? Shout out to all my lions around the world. Before and after. I smoke, you smoke, we all smoke. Rah. Now, prayer and meditation is the first protection, okay? I'm going to say it again. Prayer and meditation is the first protection, okay? Let me say it again if people are not hearing. Prayer and meditation is the first protection. Okay. You protect the foundation. Okay. Because that's where you from. That's what taught you all you know. Okay. That's your foundation. You're going to go through bumpy roads. You're going to have your ups and your downs. That's in the middle passage. Okay? You're going to get it, but that's what's going to make you grit and grind. That's going to make you tough. Okay? In the middle passage is going to make you to be who you got to be. Then, you get to the top. You don't know all you're supposed to know, but let me tell you this. You are going to be okay. Because you know from the foundation and the prayer and the meditation, what comes your way is going to have to leave your way. I'm out. God bless. Rastafari.